second. Oh shit. Oh, I got that wrong. I don't think I did. We're going to talk about auto insurance and the big, gigantic, monstrous scam that it is. I mean, it's so much of a scam that I'm to the point, like, I don't even care about. I think I'm just going to risk it. And with my insurance policies up this time, just screw it, roll without it. It's not worth having. And I'll get why here in a second why it's not worth having. So let's put this shit out. Damn near the calories of a soda per serving. Anyway, it's a complete scam. So, as some of you know, I've been dealing with an insurance company that out there that takes more of a progressive stance on life. You know what I mean? And it's not my insurance; it's the other people's insurance. The guy was at fault for the wreck, who they claimed, the insurance company deemed the truck a total loss, and then before ever speaking with Mitchell's, that's what's funny. Remember that. Before they ever spoke with Mitchell's. So, you car guys remember, there's a thing you can get. It's called Mitchell's One or Mitchell's DIY, and you can actually get the, like you can say you have a 2004 Grand Prix. You can get all the schematics and everything for that car off the Mitchell's DIY site. It's actually a pretty good deal. It's like $49 a year or something per car. Then the more cars you add, the better it is. Well, now Mitchell's has gotten to the business of total loss. What that means is that if an insurance company magically, without knowing the value of your car, deems your car a total loss, which is what, I really don't get about it. How can the insurance company deem it a total loss if they're not the one that dictates the value of it? But anyway, they're now in the business of determining what a total loss is worth. So you ask the insurance company, well, how did you come up with this number? It's called the cash value. Well, they base it off of, they don't know. They literally don't know. Can't give you an answer. Don't know. Don't have a clue in the world. So I do what I always do. I get my nose in the law books that I fucking hate, and I found the rules for auto insurers, particularly when it pertains to third parties, which is what I would be, or the owner of the truck would be, who I'm now representing because they don't want any involvement in it other than they just want to be made whole again, right? So I finally, after digging through someone would sell the vehicle for and what somebody would purchase it for at the time of the loss, at the time of the wreck. Now, when it comes to big trucks, diesel trucks, prices dropped dramatically over the last, 2.5 months because of the shit with the fuel prices going up, almost doubling. I mean, it was like $3.59 a gallon for diesel in February, and it's now in some places, at one time it was $6.59. That's a whole other scam because we produce 92% of the oil we use. But the price didn't just go up by 8%. No, it went up by it fucking doubled, and it'll come back down 50 cents. And there'll be a big hoorah made about it, and they'll act like somebody did something. But anyway, so I called Mitchell's today. And I called first thing this morning. Didn't really know what I was going to say, but called. They're like, "Yeah, we can't tell you anything." I'm like, I'm literally just asking you, what is the you have to start somewhere. How do you determine what that somewhere is? Can't tell you that. I'm like, well, that's awful weird. That's awful shady. Not very transparent. Oh, can I talk to your supervisor? Well, yeah, they're not available right now. Can I take your number? Okay, so we want the whole rigmarole. So I talked to the insurance company Friday again, and the dude's like, I think we're too far apart. And I'm like, well, that's odd. I don't know how you can know that, because that right there tells me that you're just trying to give her the least amount of money possible, because you forgot that you've never asked me and what I thought was fair, or what she thought was fair. We've never given you a number, so how could you know that we're too far apart? So he got caught. And we had a really long conversation in which he admitted that there's no truck out there on the market that can be compared directly to mine, just based on the receipts and the shit that I've given him. Any comparison would be an unfair evaluation. Yada, yada, yada. I asked him for a copy of their evaluation so that I could correct it, because I already know that it's wrong, it's incorrect. And I know that because, like, for instance, he said that there's staining on the interior. And believe it or not, that truck, the interior on it has no stains on it whatsoever. None. There's dirt in the floor and shit on the floor mats, but that's not stains. And, a stain is something that you can't get out, right? It's there forever. That's what a stain is. It's not something that can be washed out. So how do they know if it's a stain or not? They don't. They try to fuck you. It's like, literally, it's a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. Look at every car you pass today, driving down the road. How many of those cars are going to be in accidents today? Less than 0.1%? Less than 1/100th of a percent, probably. Yet they don't want to pay those people. You know what I mean? I mean, they're multiplying their money by, hundreds of times, and don't want to pay out when it's time to pay out. And I would be pissed if I hit somebody and it was my fault, accident or not, and the insurance company that I've paid all this money to for all these years, just refused to pay that person. I mean, like, we're not even close when it comes to the money. I mean, not even close. Not even close when it comes to, I gave them about $11,000 just on parts receipts that we can prove was in the last 30,000 miles. And that's just mechanical shit. All, bearings. We rebuilt the front end, the rear end. The transfer case got resealed. I mean, we did a bunch of shit to that truck. New fuel lines, pulled the tank, did some mods to the filtering shit in the tank. Did a bunch of shit to the low pressure oil pump, then the new harmonic balancer, new alternator, starter. We did a bunch of shit. 6.0 cooler. I mean, just doing that mod right there is, let's see, I got 3, 4, 100, 300, about $400 in that mod, $500 in that mod, without not even including the time. The whole front end of the truck's got to come off to do that. So, like, what do you base this evaluation off of? And I guess what they really try to do is, so I've had this rental truck for a couple months, and now they're acting, well, they're going to. Last week I get a text message on Thursday or something, whatever day it was, and it was from the rental place, not even from the insurance company. No warning, no nothing. Hey, today's the last day the insurance company's paying for the rental. Well, I mean, what if I'd have been in like Alaska or some shit? What if she'd been in Alaska or some shit on a 3-week vacation or whatever, which it was about 400 miles away, and when I called, they acted like they couldn't do anything about it. Okay, and this is why I always ask to talk to other people when I say shit can get done, because the person that answered the phone, I got 4 or 5 adjusters numbers. They all go to voicemail every time you call them. I don't care when you call them, they all go to voicemail. So I call them, voicemail. I call the generic number to this company and get some lady who can't do anything. The very next day, I call everybody, same thing, voicemail, call the generic number last. Some dude answers. And he magically extends it another week. Just was able to do it somehow when nobody else could. But they try to fuck you. They're going to take, so they take liability that they're responsible for your vehicle being totaled. But because you won't take this, stupid amount of money that they want you to take for a vehicle. I mean, I'm sorry. What's the truck worth? I don't know. I don't know what I would pay for it. What would I pay for it? If you said 02 F-250 crew cab, but right beside, now they're not selling for much. When they wrecked, it was very common for those trucks to be selling for $11,000 to $14,000, depending on, and some of them were pretty fucking beat up. Like a ton of rust. Eventually we'll put a cap on mine if we decide to keep it. And that's another thing too. They keep harping on her keeping it. And I'm like, dude, I don't know why you motherfuckers keep saying she's keeping the truck. That was never said. I simply asked, what if she decides that she wants to keep it? That's a question I asked. She didn't ask that. I asked that. But they squeeze you because now, they're going to take, they're only going to pay for your rental for so long. And, if you got a job, fuck you and your job. If you can't afford a rental, fuck you and your job, or whatever else you got to do. If you got to split firewood or haul a piece of equipment or whatever, screw you. Initially they tried to really screw us at first. They tried to give us a subcompact, like a little, fucking Mini or some stupid shit. Not really. It was something small like that, like a Civic or something. I'm like, how the hell are we going to haul trailers with a Civic? This is what was hit. This is what you all totaled. This is what we need. So get as close as you can to it. And they threw this hunk of shit at us, which, so now the adjusters I don't even talk to. Now I deal directly with the manager in Nashville, Tennessee. And he doesn't like me very much, and I can tell, and I really don't give a fuck. But it's not just about this truck, or who or why or what or how. It's about, this is what they do. Their job is to fuck you. And it's not like I made some insurance, some medical claim, and they're out they're literally going to be out. They've literally paid more money for the rental than they're going to try to pay for the truck. You could have just paid for the truck to begin with, and we wouldn't have had this rental shit all this time. The law's not really specific about rentals and shit like that, though. Which maybe I just can't find it. I wish I was a lawyer. I'd be better at it. I mean, I would think though, if another person's responsible for your shit being totaled, I mean, it says they have to give you a rental up until there's an agreement made. But I mean, you could take that out forever. And like I told him, I don't like this truck. There's shit that this truck will not do that my O2 will, 100%. He agreed with it. He also agreed with we're not going to be able to compare the white O2 to another vehicle. So then why are we trying to compare it to other vehicles? So he told me to send him 3 links to, and they had to be O2 F-250s with similar miles. I'm like, well, what do you call similar fucking miles? Because it's hard to find them for sale, and it's hard not to find one for sale that's running or something, or you know what I'm saying, that doesn't have some issue, much less with the exact mileage, right? So he's like, just find some links, send them to me. So I sent him 3 links. There was one, 300,000 miles, completely stock. Dude wanted 15 grand. And just so happens it was the first 3 links that popped up, because if you look, there's not a lot of running and driving O2 crew cab F-250s on the road. There's just not. But it can't be an 03 with a 7.3, and it can't be an 01 with a 7.3. They're completely identical trucks, doesn't matter. It has to be an 02. Okay, so that's the rules we're playing by. Therefore, within a 250-mile radius of where the truck is mainly garaged at, that's what popped up. So do I expect him to pay that much? Probably not. I told him that, if you ask me what I think's fair, we're never going to work anything out. But I told him what would probably make all this stop. We could come to some agreement, even though in the end we're still going to get fucked, no matter what. Unless I happen to find a truck and even then we're still going to get fucked. Even if I find a truck that's already got the motor pulled on it, and already got the trans pulled, and already got the transfer case pulled, we're still going to get screwed, because then all that shit's got to be transferred to that other truck. All the parts from, all the components, we won't do it as parts now, we'll do it as components. So like the whole front end will go, the whole rear end will go, drive shafts will go, transmission will go, transfer case probably. It's just a scam. I know I've passed 1,000 cars already this morning. How many of them are going to be in accidents today? Probably none of them. Yet it's the only, I don't want to say that, because there are a lot of big corporations that do that shit in industries. But it's all been done through lobbyists and lawmakers. They throw the insurance company threw all that money at the legislatures in all the states in the 90s and in the early 90s, late 80s. And now everybody's mandated that you have auto insurance. What fucking good is it? It literally does no good. Listen, I would feel better about going to, and I hate courts. I fucking cannot stand courts. I would feel better about going to court and walking out with nothing than I would about taking $5 grand for that truck. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. It was, dude, listen, and this shit's funny too. Nobody knows what's going on. The first number I got was like $6,300. The second number I got was like $5,700. And then it went to $5,900. And because of the $11,000 in fucking parts receipts, it now went to $6,500. I would feel better about walking out of there with nothing but the truck than I would about taking $5 grand and keeping the truck. Just because you can't do nothing with it. Not the truck, but the $5 grand. You can't You can't buy another truck that you can drive across the country all the time. And hauling huge ass loads of whatever behind it. Like, I would jump in that truck and drive it anywhere, and not think twice about it. And I've done it 100 times. But I'm not going to do that with some truck that there's not a 3/4 ton out there that I want to go out there and pay $5,000 for that's going to do it, unless somebody just has no clue what they got, or they just really like me and want to sell it to me for that much. It's not going to happen. But there has to be, and then trying to find an attorney that will just take it without you being injured is a lost cause. It's not happening. And if it is, I don't know how to make it happen. I called about 20 attorneys in Kentucky trying to find somebody that would, because I'm just mad. Now I'm just mad. Because, it's just another one of those systems. That's all it's become is this big circle of fuckery. And who gets fucked? The working person does. Every time. And they're going to continue to fuck us. And then they're going to stick it into some more, a little deeper. They're going to add a little more sand to it, a little harder. And it's going to continue on down the road. But seriously, what's the point in having insurance if the insurance isn't going to make that person even remotely close to whole? And then the insurance companies are not able to comply with the laws that they are made themselves a part of. They're the ones that throw all the money to the lobbyists. The lobbyists or the legislatures then made it the law that you had to have so much coverage in every state. I think the minimum amount in like Kentucky's like $10,000. Maybe it's 25 everywhere. Hell, I don't know. I mean, what does that even do? That don't do shit. Hit a dude that's got a new F-350 dually crew cab, four-wheel drive. Shit, you're gonna be paying. They're gonna be garnishing your wages for the rest of your life. I better hope he has underinsured insurance. Otherwise, you're screwed. I mean, it is. It's just a big con job. I mean, the best way to do it would be that you hire insurance for you. Kentucky is it's a at fault, or what do they call it? No fault state. And I thought that meant like your insurance company had to pay for your vehicle kind of shit. It's not what it means. It means that the cops don't determine who is at, which makes no sense whatsoever. Cops can dictate every other thing about your life where you're driving down the road, but they can't determine who was at fault for an accident, especially when it's on video or even it's clear. Like, somebody just make it make sense, any of it. I really think it's not supposed to make sense. Like, they intentionally make it not make sense, because that's just, a way for them to be able to get it off. This piece of shit's been clunking and shit. I don't know what's going on with it. It's only got 30,000 miles on it. I put 8,000 miles on this truck since I've had it, I think. Yeah. But they're going to be upset because I didn't know this, but this truck has a 750 mile a week limit. You got to pay a quarter for every mile over that. So they're going to be not happy. I don't think. I don't know. Hopefully I don't get stuck paying for it. I'm sure if they can, they'll fucking stick me with it though, because that's what they do. Fuck you in the drive-thru. Well, this is the drive-thru. It's a nice little truck. I don't know. Okay, I'm done venting. Hey, I had somebody comment, now that this shit's going on with Ashley Dugan, or Dugan Ashley, I'm sorry, Ashley Dugan Ashley, where he got arrested by the feds over some total bullshit. And it is, man. It's some bullshit. Dude don't even have a record. He wasn't hurting nobody, you know. But because some idiot who made a bomb that didn't even fucking work said that he watched some of his videos. And that just goes to show you, you can't put nothing out on the net that's informative in any way like that. It will smoke your ass because some prick is going to try to use it to hurt people. And even if he doesn't hurt people, they're still going to come after your ass. And you're going, just like CRS to them, you're going to, he's going to jail. Unfortunately, I hate saying that. I mean, he's going to go to prison because it's not feasible. You can't fight a system that has pockets that have no bottoms to them. And that's what we constantly fight. I mean, now I'm surprised this truck ain't shutting off now because I got a phone in my fucking hand. Now we're having this shit to fight. All 2027 vehicles have to have those cameras that are looking at you so that if you're drowsy or it thinks you're drunk, it can, it won't go into drive. Or if it happens while you're driving down the road, it'll kill the damn vehicle. That's going to be nice. 80 miles an hour on the interstate, and you fucking lose power steering and power brakes. The big F-250 or F-350 or something with, 15,000 pounds of shit on a trailer behind you. I can't wait to see all the fuckery that comes from this stuff. And then it has to have a second kill switch in it, of course, so government can shut it down. Nobody's really talked about that one too much, or what it's for. I suspect it's for police to be able to shut your shit down. And that's the world we're moving to. Now you have one of these BlackRock style companies that just bought up all the manufacturers of all these auto parts that we use to, rebuild and fix and make drivable these older vehicles, like older than 02, 90s vehicles, 80s vehicles, 70s vehicles, 60s vehicles. Yeah, that shit's gone. My brother's neighbor bought a nice ass Monte Carlo. I don't know where he got it from. I mean, it's not like stupid, retarded nice, but it's nice. But I gotta go. I'm at my brother's, so I gotta measure the axle on this damn. Yep, this trailer axle that broke last year because of Kentucky roads. No, that's one reason why I broke. It's actually two reasons. Kentucky roads didn't help it at all, though. The roads suck. Where my old man's at? Where you at, fucker? No, where is that? Anyway, I gotta go. I might have to move that son of a bitch. If I hook it to the truck, then I can jack it up for the ass. And not have to, if I leave it like that, that's all gonna be on the jack. Alright, I gotta go. I gotta hook this trailer up and move it and get a measurement on this axle. For some reason, the measurements we took last week don't align with what they put on these trailers, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. Stay safe, y'all.